Okay, to recap so far, I got my first job in the tech industry, working as a software developer. And before long, I was targeted by a narcissist. I call her the narcissist from Netflix. I don't know a whole lot about her background before then. I think she came from some elite Chicago political family or something. I don't really know, but I like the alliteration, so we'll just stick with the narcissist from Netflix. That's how she likes to be identified anyways. Talks about it all the time. So, you know, she had targeted me, love bombed me, mirrored me, and then eventually bound me up in a humiliation ritual. May or may not, seems kind of likely, was involved in some sort of polyamorous sex cult, which may or may not, seems kind of likely, was involved in black magic or witchcraft, something like that. And I don't know a whole lot about that stuff. I never believed in it until a few months ago. So I had to start asking the question, why? Why would she do this to me? Of course, depending on how much you believe in the cult and the black magic and all that, we can get into some deeper theories, but sticking at first with just the physical world, natural world theories, jealousy maybe. Maybe she was just didn't like that I wasn't responding to her advancements. I don't know. But then one occurred to me was patsy. And to explain that, we have to go to 2012, when the husband I'd mentioned unalived himself, or reportedly unalived himself. I don't know that an autopsy was ever done. Maybe one should have been. I can't, I don't have any knowledge. I cannot accuse her or anything of anything. All I can tell you is what I suspect based on what I've seen of her character. I wouldn't put anything past her. So was it possible that, she had been, targeting me, trying to find someone who would, she could groom to do the job for her and or take the fall for her if this is something she'd been planning for a while? She definitely had motive. They had a very nice house in a very expensive neighborhood in Nashville and profited quite a bit when the house was sold, and she didn't have to split the profits. But again, that's speculation. I can't make any accusations here. If I was the police, would I exhume the body and do an autopsy? Probably not. Because even if she didn't do the job directly, if she could have done it simply by, mentally targeting him and getting him to do it himself. I considered going to a graveyard to film this part just for the ambience, but I decided not to desecrate that place with these pixels.